In the heart of the sprawling countryside, nestled among rolling hills and lush green meadows, lived Ricky the rabbit. With his sleek fur and lightning-fast speed, Ricky was known throughout the land as the fastest rabbit around. But despite his impressive racing abilities, Ricky dreamed of more than just winning races in his hometown. He longed for the thrill of competing in the legendary Grand Meadow Racing Competition, where the fastest animals from far and wide gathered to test their speed and skill. As the sun rose on a crisp spring morning, Ricky felt a stirring in his heart. Today was the day of the Grand Meadow Racing Competition, and Ricky knew that his chance to prove himself had finally arrived. With a determined gleam in his eye, Ricky set out on his journey to the Grand Meadow, his heart pounding with excitement and anticipation. The road to the Grand Meadow was long and winding, stretching across fields and forests, rivers and valleys. But Ricky was undeterred. With each hop and bound, he grew closer to his destination, fueled by the promise of adventure and the thrill of the race that lay ahead. Along the way, Ricky encountered a host of colorful characters, from wise old tortoises to playful squirrels, each with their own tales to tell and wisdom to share. Together, they traversed rugged terrain and braved treacherous obstacles, their bond growing stronger with each passing mile. As Ricky and his newfound friends neared the Grand Meadow, they encountered a series of challenges that tested their courage and determination. From thundering waterfalls to steep mountain passes, each obstacle seemed more daunting than the last. But Ricky refused to be deterred. With unwavering determination and the support of his friends by his side, he pushed forward, knowing that victory awaited him at the end of the road. At long last, Ricky and his companions arrived at the Grand Meadow, where the air buzzed with excitement and anticipation. The finest athletes from far and wide had gathered to compete in the prestigious event, their eyes set on the coveted prize and the glory that came with it. As Ricky stepped onto the racetrack, he felt a surge of adrenaline coursing through his veins. The moment he had been waiting for had finally arrived. With a confident smile, he lined up alongside his competitors, his heart pounding with anticipation. And then, with a thunderous roar, the race began. Ricky's muscles tensed as he surged forward, his legs a blur of motion, as he raced across the meadow with lightning speed. The wind whipped through his fur as he darted and dodged, his eyes fixed on the finish line looming in the distance. As Ricky crossed the finish line, the crowd erupted into cheers and applause. He had done it. He had won the Grand Meadow Racing Competition, proving himself to be the fastest and most skilled racer in the land. But as Ricky basked in the glow of victory, he knew that his triumph was about more than just winning a race. It was about friendship, perseverance, and the power of believing in oneself. As Ricky stood atop the winner's podium, a triumphant smile on his face, he looked out at the cheering crowd and felt a swell of gratitude in his heart. For in that moment, he realized that the true joy of racing lay not in winning, but in the journey itself and in the bonds of friendship that had carried him to victory. As Ricky returned home to his beloved countryside, he carried with him the memories of his racing adventure and the lessons he had learned along the way. And though his days of racing were far from over, Ricky knew that the greatest adventures were yet to come. With his friends by his side and the wind at his back, he looked towards the horizon with a sense of excitement and anticipation, ready to embrace whatever challenges and triumphs lay ahead.